Johnson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Lithium by Nirvana. And it starts out with this cool little lick, actually, at the very, very beginning. If you wanted to kind of follow those notes, you'd start 5th on the A string twice, and then we go to 2nd on the low E string, 4th on the A, 2nd on the low E, and then 2nd on the A, 4th on the D, 2nd on the A, and then 3rd on the low E, 5th on the A, 5th on the D, and then 5th on the A. And then we go to 6th fret on the low E string, kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we kind of play it and slide it to 8th fret. And then we go to 5th fret on the low E, and then we kind of play the 5th and slide it to 8th fret. So all together you got kind of that 5, 5, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 8, 5, 8. And if you wanted to, you could even kind of back up that idea, and actually some of these licks are kind of working around some chords and some power chord shapes. So on that first lick, if you wanted to, you could even kind of make that a 5th fret on the A string, 3rd finger on the D string 7 for a D5 power chord, and make that a little bit thicker. And then for that 2nd fret on the low E string, that whole lick actually is kind of around an F sharp 5, where you do 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 3rd finger on the A string 4th fret, and that way you're kind of holding down both notes too. Kind of that 2-4-2 lick. So D, F sharp 5, and then we'd be going to a B5, where you could do 1st finger on the A 2nd, 3rd finger on the D 4th fret, and kind of that way you're kind of holding down both of those notes for that 2-4-2 idea. And then for the B we go to a G5, where you could do 1st finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the A string 5th fret, pinky on the D string 5th fret, and that way you're kind of holding down all those notes of the lick. And then from there we could kind of go to that 6th fret on the low E for a B flat note, and kind of add in 3rd finger on the A string 8th fret for a B flat 5, and you can kind of make that a little bit thicker to slide that up to 8th fret for a C5 power chord. So now I got 8th fret on the low E, 10th fret on the A string, and then we could slide it back to that 5th fret for an A5 power chord. So kind of taking that one shape and just kind of trying to add it in around it, all those notes, and then we'd slide that up to the C. So you can kind of make it a little bit thicker that way. Kind of D, F sharp 5, B5, G5, B flat, C, A, C, D, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 6, 8, 5, 8. So you're kind of working D, D, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B, F sharp, B, G, D, G, D, and then B flat F, C, A, C. So that might be a cool way to kind of work it through the verse chorus. Or you could use some bigger chords if you wanted to. So you could start, instead of D5 as kind of the chord idea, you could use a D major chord. The way you play D major, 1st finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now randomly on Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to kind of lift off the 2nd finger and make that a D suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for a D sus and kind of say some things around the D. Or if you're digging on the bar chord idea, you could even do the D major as kind of a 5th fret bar, 3rd finger over the D, G, and B on the 7, and kind of work kind of a bigger D for that. And then from there we could kind of back up that F sharp 5 with an F sharp minor chord, where you could do 1st finger across the entire 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A 4th fret, pinky on the D strings 4th fret, kind of work that for your F sharp minor. Or you may want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger, kind of making that an F sharp minor 7 if you want to kind of Richard Cheese this a little bit. And then for the B5 we could kind of back that up with a B minor chord, where you could do 1st fret bar or 2nd fret bar, 2nd finger on the B 3rd, 3rd finger on the D 4th, pinky on the G 4th, and kind of work that for your B minor chord. Or you may want to think about lifting off the pinky and making that a B minor 7. That'd be a cool option too. And then for the G5, we can make that a G major chord, where you can do 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd, it's kind of a G major sound. Or you could put third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third for a G. Or if you're digging on the power chords, you could kind of do this as a 3rd fret bar. Second finger on the G 4th, third finger on the A 5th fret, pinky on the D 5th fret. It's kind of a bar chord idea for G major. And then for that 6th fret on the low E string note, we could kind of back that up with a B flat major chord. And you could do this from 6th fret, actually kind of 6th fret bar, second finger on the G string 7, 3 on the A string 8, pinky on the D string 8. It's kind of a B flat major chord. Or you could kind of work this as a 1st fret bar, and kind of do 1st fret bar, third finger over the D, G, and B, kind of on the 3rd fret. It's kind of a double bar idea for B flat. And then from there we go to a C major chord. You can do that a couple different ways too. So you do 1st finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord. It sounds really happy. And if you're digging on the bars though, you could do this as kind of a 3rd fret bar for C, third finger over the D, G, and B on the 5th fret, kind of work it as a double bar for C major. Or, especially if you're playing electric, it might be easier to just take that B flat shape and go from 6th fret and slide that shape up to 8th fret for a C. Kind of work it that way. And then from the C, we're going to an A major chord. When we play A major, first finger goes to the D on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord. It sounds really happy. Now, if you're digging on the bars though, you could kind of do that same shape you were just doing for the C, and now do it from 5th fret bar, second finger on the G6, third finger on the A7, and the pinky on the D7 for the A major. And then from there, we can kind of slide that up to our C major chord, or we can even kind of work that in root position, regular A, regular C. Root position just means open strings. Kind of using some open strings for some of that if you want to give your hand a rest from some of the power chords or the bar chords. So through that part, actually, what you might want to think about is just a down idea if you're just kind of starting out. Kind of D, F sharp minor, B minor, G, B flat, C, A, C. So I'm kind of doing a 4 down count on each of those chords. D, F sharp minor, B minor, G, B flat, C, A, C. Or you can use a strum pattern. And there's a couple different strum patterns actually that kind of get used through the tune. One of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you take the D and just tried that a lot, you'd have D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up. Now the weird thing is these chords don't last very long. So you could use just half the strum pattern on each one, kind of a D, down, up, F sharp minor, down, up, B minor, down, up, G, down, up, B flat, down, up, C, down, up, A, down, up, C, down, up, kind of just working half the pattern. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you want to mix it up a little bit. I always like mixing things up. It's always cool to mix things up on your own. You could split the pattern. So you could take the D and do down, down, and then kind of hit the F sharp minor on the up, down. It might be a cool way to work it. And then B minor with the down, down, G on the up, down, up. E flat on the down, C on the up, down, and then A on the down, C on the up, down. So I'm taking down, down, up, down, but I'm halving it for the chords. So D, down, F sharp minor, up, down, B minor, down, C on the up, down, B flat, down, C on the up, down, A, down, C on the up, down, up. Or a cool variation of that you'll hear through the tune. It's kind of a down, down, up, down, up, down. On that, you could have D with a down, down, and an F sharp minor on the up, down, up. Or a D with a down, down, up, F sharp minor with a down, up, yeah. B minor with a down, up, G with a down, up, B flat with a down, up, C with the down, up, and then A with a down, up, and then C with the down, up. So that's kind of a cool way to work it too. D, down, up, F sharp minor. C Or you'll hear these little arpeggios or broken chords through the song too. And they kind of vary, just depending on how Kurt was feeling at that particular moment. But you may want to kind of take the chord and then kind of try and break up little pieces. I'm just kind of throwing that out there as kind of a free form idea. Cool actually is to kind of work bass notes actually around the arpeggio. So another way to work the chords actually is to add bass notes. And on the D you'd have the D for the bass. On the F sharp minor you'd have low E for the bass. On the B minor you'd have the A for the bass. On the G you'd have low E for the bass. And on the B flat from the first fret you'd have the A for the bass. On the 6th fret one you'd have the low E for the bass. And then on the A you'd have the A for the bass. Unless you're working the bar A from 5th fret, then you have low E for the bass. And for the C, you'd have A for the bass, unless you're doing the bar for 8th fret, then you have the low E for the bass. So we try adding basses to that. You have bass, down, F sharp minor, D minor with an A bass, G with low E bass, E flat with an A bass, C with an A bass, A with an A bass, C with an A bass, or you can use that other pattern. D minor with an A bass, G, flat with an A bass, C, on that arpeggio concept, actually working your bass note as your first note can be very effective when you're breaking up chords. So you got kind of D, F sharp minor, B minor, G, B flat, C, A, C, D, F sharp minor, B minor, G, B flat, C, with that and kind of find some different ways to do it. Actually, it gets varied. And then we'll basically be repeating that until we get to our bridge part. And our bridge, we go back and forth between G to B flat, and we end up doing that a total of 6 times. It's kind of like a bar, G, B flat, G, B flat, kind of 8 times. And then at the very end, actually, there's this cool break where we go to C major. You may want to make this all down ups, kind of down, up, down, up, down, up, down, on the C. And then we go to A for kind of a down, up, down, up, down. And then you hear this cool lick where you can play the open D, and then 3rd fret on the D. And I think Chris is actually playing that on the bass. It may be detuned, actually it's super low. But kind of that D, D, F is kind of the last part. So you got C, A, O3, to kind of go back into the verse part. So through that whole bridge part, you can do it any of those ways we've been talking about. You can do the downs, like a G, I'm not B flat, G. Or you can do the down, down, up, and kind of work that as just the down, down, kind of a half strum pattern idea between the G and the B flat. Or you can split the pattern, G, B flat, G, B flat, or you can use that other pattern. G, down, up, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, B flat, or you can add basses to that. But you'll hear this cool little bass line because Kristen's the man. So you could go to the A string 5th fret, and then we kind of do that again, and then 4th fret on the A, and then we do that again, and then we go to 2nd on the A, and then we do that again, and then 3rd fret on the low E twice, but then we go to D on the 3rd fret, and then 5th fret on the D, and then open A, and then 3rd fret on the A. Actually, it's kind of like we're following our chords. Actually, the weird part is on the B flat and the G, we're kind of playing the F and the G notes. But all together on that, you can have 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 0, 0, 3, 3, 5, 5, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 0, 0, 3, D, C sharp, G, F, G, A, C, guitar part at some point through that verse chorus. Or you can mix this up all kinds of different ways. So if there's another way that kind of appeals to you, you know, feel free to kind of make the tune your own too. Or mix it up different ways with other strum patterns or other licks, you know, around these chords. And then we'd be repeating that verse chorus until we get to our outro bridge. And at the very end of the outro bridge, actually, we do that same hit where we got the C, and then an A, O3, and then we just play a big D major. So on that last bridge, you got the G, B flat, G, B flat, and you do that 8 times. Flat, G, B flat, G, or you want to kind of mix it up a little bit too between those. Flat, G, B flat, till we get to our C, and then we got our big D kind of at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Lithium by Nirvana. So good luck!